Oh, folks, I know it's been a while, but we're finally back in the Lego City. And don't worry, while I've been away, busy on my other channel, I've not forgotten that Lego existed. Although I've not had time to make the content, I have been building some stuff. I come with 2 massive boxes full of sets that have been built at home over the last couple of months, really. It's an accumulation of a lot of stuff. One of those is just full of stuff for the Winter Village. The other one is full of more general city stuff. We're focusing on the Winter Village one for today. I still have more at home to bring, which will be with us on a future video. But today, I would like to get all of this Winter Village stuff unwrapped, get all of the new Winter Village stuff in. I've got the new holiday train that I want to motorize. I've just got to see if I've got a motor here. I thought I might, but it's not where I thought it was. So we might have to take that out of one of the other trains that we've got while we wait for a motor to arrive. We'll get to that in a little while. And yeah, just basically continue adding to the layout. There's also been some new purchases since the last Lego City video. Most notably, obviously, last time we were here, we added Ninjago City Gardens to the city. I have now bought Ninjago City Workshops. It's at home, ready to add, and top of my Black Friday shopping list, and pretty much the only thing on my Black Friday shopping list, is Ninjago City Markets. So within a couple of weeks, we're going to have 3 Ninjago sets that will take up 4 base plates in the city. We need to start adding a Ninjago area, a proper Ninjago area, because I think it's cool. I want it in the city. Also, around the base of Castle Hill, where at the moment we're going to put some Harry Potter stuff, I have a plan for a transition between Castle and Beach, which involves a Bricklink designer program set that is in the second box. We might not get to the second box today, but I'm hoping to come here again in a couple of days and maybe get 2 city updates out for you this week to try and make up for lost time. But I think job 1 is unwrap everything that's still in cellophane that's left over from the last time I was here, and then unpack this Winter Village box, which I can show you what we've got in here. Lots of goodies that we've been building at home lately. So we've got the Bricklink Designer Program Art of Chocolate set. We've got the little Gingerbread House that came out this year. We've got the Gingerbread AT-AT that's going to maraud around the city. We've got the Winter Village train station from like 10 years ago that we got at the Coventry Brick Festival. We've got the new train that came out recently. We've also got the Bricklink Designer Program popcorn stand is in here as well. For some reason, the Spider-Man train has made it into this box. But we also got a bunch of train track that came with those 2 sets as well. And then, yeah, we'll get into that bottom bit as well. But first, let's unwrap some cellophane. Let's continue working on getting a Winter Village cellophane 3 layout in, and then we can figure out the rest of what we're going to do from there. Another thing I'm potentially thinking of doing, I did mention, I think I mentioned it on Patreon, that one of the reasons we've been away is because obviously Football Manager, the game that I play on my other channel, has released a new game for the first time in 2 years. We've been pretty skint for the last year because there was no game that was released last year. It's how we've earned our money for like the last 10 years. And we weren't able to do that last year. So it was a tight year. It's the reason the Patreon existed in the first place, because otherwise this plan would have had to have been put back a year. But it did mean, believe it or not, looking at the state of what we've accumulated in a relatively short amount of time. But this was me being financially frugal. So now we're able to hopefully throw a little bit more money back at the city. I am potentially looking into, when we've got double points in a couple of weeks, and this is something that still needs to be signed off by the boss at home. So she might say no. But I'm thinking we might get the Hogsmeade and the Gringotts sets and really get a proper little Harry Potter area going as well. So we could potentially, as well as be working on the Winter Village, which we're going to be doing today, we could be at the point where within a relatively short amount of time, we have a decent Ninjago area, a much bigger Harry Potter area, and more progress made on Castle Hill, which would be very, very cool if a couple of months' time, when I'm packing that Winter Village away, I could be showing you, yeah, but look at all this cool stuff that we've got. And then we'd have the Winter Village space that would then be freed up to start to expand the beach area and maybe get some rides in for theme park stuff, which, you know, I want to get some theme park rides in. So let's stop waffling, start unwrapping. Next time I talk to you, I should be telling you all about how it looks a lot more like a winter village. And I bet when I redid the city the other week, you didn't think it would be this soon before you saw me messing around with train track again. But here I am, adding even more train track to the Lego city. Just a little loop, because I don't have much left, but we've got to get that new train in, and then that's the centerpiece for the village and everything else gets built around it. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm ever going to forget whoever invented light kits for Lego sets, because, oh my word. Oh my word. The ones that we put the light kits on are just falling apart. I mean, look at the state of that. It was so nicely wrapped up in the cling film, but the light kit just destroys any kind of integrity that it had. So now I've got the choice of, do I just rip the light kit out to rebuild, or try and rebuild with the light kit in, even though I'm not going to add new light kits to new stuff? I guess I kind of need to get the light kits out, but they're all stuck in, and it's going to involve massive rebuilds. And all of a sudden, this job that was supposed to just be unwrap a few Lego sets and arrange them nicely has become rebuild like the 4 or 5. How many did I put light kits in last year? Literally the first 2 I've unwrapped have both had light kits in. That aside, everything else is cool. We only had 4 pieces of straight track, the 4 pieces of straight track that came with the Winter Village station. I've used everything else elsewhere in the city. So we've just used that and the curved track that came with the new train to do a little mini loop that will have the Winter Village train running on. I am planning on motorizing that somewhere here. I've got the tram. I don't know where it is, but we definitely had the tram. There it is. So that's got a motor in it. That is probably just going to sit off to the side as like a display rather than actually running on track. So I'm going to take the motor out of that and put it in that. That might not be a job for today because I've got to faff around with all these sets. But if I ever go back and review the tapes and it turns out that these light kits were a suggestion from one of you lot, we'll be having words. I hate them. I just hate light kits. I can't stand them. They're horrible to do. They don't even look very good. And they cause this problem. Ah! What a grumpus. Goodness me. Folks, will you think less of me? I already know the answer. The only 2 sets that have got the light kits in are the ones that are currently still available to buy from the Lego store. And the Home Alone set, which is, again, it's in pieces underneath the seat. I don't even know where that is. I got so upset with that. I don't think I can bring myself to untangle all of this. I just don't think I've got time. I'm actually genuinely considering, it's the Alpine Lodge and last year's post office. I'm genuinely considering just putting them both in a box, hiding them under the city and buying the sets again and building them, which will be a pleasurable experience. I love building Lego. I don't like faffing around with Lego after the event. Will you think less of me if I do that? What I'm asking is, do I have to pretend that I've not done that? Or shall I just be honest to say, yeah, I just put them in a box. I couldn't bring myself to do it. There's stuff stuck everywhere. Because in order to fix it, I need to basically completely disassemble them, rip the light kits out, and then rebuild them when they're not nicely sorted into bags, which is a generally quite unpleasant building experience. And there'll probably be pieces missing. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather just build them again from scratch because I remember having a lovely time building them last year. I then make a note to never, ever, ever again mess around with light kits. I still don't know if I'm going to get the Home Alone house rebuilt this year. I'm so upset with that as well. Genuinely. And I'm absolutely going to blame this on me being autistic because I've always struggled with doing things that I see as pointless and things that I don't want to do. And it is a physical discomfort. It's the thought of messing around with them and getting those light kits out and rebuilding them. I can feel it. It hurts, the thought of doing that. And I would pay £90 a set to not have to do that. And on the flip side of it, to have the fantastic pleasure of building them again properly. And I know it goes against everything we're supposed to do. And I know it's going to upset some of you. And I know it's wasteful. Maybe I balance it by giving away the ones with the light kits in. Just stick them in a bag and say, look, you can have them, but I'm not disassembling them. I'm not untangling the lights. And I'm not going through the big bag of minifigures to find the minifigures that are supposed to be with it. But if you literally just want the bag, I don't know what the right thing to do is, because then I can't do that with Home Alone. So I am going to have to rebuild the Home Alone house. Never, never let me mess around with light kits again. We all had a fun time laughing at old Kev struggling with the light kits this time last year. This is what it's caused. And this is the first time ever since we've been doing this channel that I just don't want to do it. I don't want to, not the channel, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do it. I realise I'm having a bit of a meltdown on camera. And you probably all think I'm a silly boy, but we've always shared the whole process as part of what the channel is. And I just don't think I'm going to do those two. I think I'm going to put them away and maybe I'll rebuild them. Maybe I'll buy them again. Maybe they just won't be part of the Winter Village. I just don't want to do them. I'm going to get on with the rest of it. To let you behind the curtain a little bit, I'm recording the voiceover for this the day after, and oh my word, what a grumpy goose yesterday's Kev was. My word. To be fair, it was annoying, and I am not messing around with light kits again anytime soon, but I don't actually think I'm going to go out and buy new versions of those sets. I'm at the Lego City again tomorrow. I'm going to bring them home with me, and I'm going to sit in my nice comfy Lego room at home, put something on Netflix, and I'm just going to take them apart and rebuild them, and it'll be absolutely fine. We're going to get the light kits out. So yeah, a nice note to not include them anymore. But with the negativity aside, two things. One, I need to pull my trousers up. I've seen my underpants more often in this video than I feel like I should have done. But we are getting everything else unwrapped and in position. And as you can see, as the Winter Village takes place, Grumpy Kev starts to become less grumpy, and I start to have a really, really nice time because we're getting to do something in the Winter Village that I've not even done in the Lego City for like a year, and that's build some scenes, get some minifigures in. It's something that we still haven't got around to doing in the bulk of the city, and this has made me want to do it because just getting some minifigures in changes everything. It looks so cool. I've calmed down a little bit now because I've had about an hour and a half of having lots of fun with my toys. Look at what we've done. I have still banished these two over here, but I suspect I am going to fix them next time I'm here. But this is what we've been working on today. A Winter Village market scene thing. I've moved everything off of the base of Tower Hill because my plan is the seaside market that's in here at some point very, very soon. We'll actually be going over there, and I'm probably going to move those IKEA boxes or at least rearrange some of those bits. I am also thinking if I decide to get Hogsmeade Village, the new one, that will be around where the old one is that can then come up into the Winter Village. There is still space for me to compress this village a little bit with those two sets and any sets I pick up between now and then. But yeah, we've got quite a cool Winter Village scene. I've still got a load of this year's advent calendar minifigures at home to bring here as well. I've got a lot of last year's ones in, so if we have closer looks around the village, there are a few little pop culture characters popping around here and there. If I was a proper TikToker, I'd probably be telling you to try and pick them out for engagement. I'm probably going to do that anyway. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. We haven't had a chance to motorize the train. That's going to have to wait until next time. We have integrated the little popcorn thing. And obviously, this is just the starting point. I'm not going to be putting lights in. What I do want to do is get some actual pavement road stuff in and actually get some detail in there this year. This as a starting point is not a million miles away from where the end point was last year. We've still got those two sets to get in. We've still got the Home Alone house to rebuild, motorization stuff to do. But yeah, it's I think it's looking really, really cool. And I'm very happy with that. So now I can go home with a smile on my face and hopefully be back here again, like I say, in just a few days. So if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content. Let me know what you would do, what you would change, what you would adjust. Do not tell me to put a light kit in, but I think it looks very, very cool. And thank you very much for watching.